Anyway, all right, so we have AJ on the right,
Yep.
and we have Eric on the left. And he's, well, we know what they're playing.
And so AJ is playing a Solar Flare variant. With only the one on Burial Rites, he's got 2 Liliana of the Veil. He's got his full run of Forbidden Alchemy, all four Think Twice, and all 4 Mana Leak. So this is definitely a little bit more controlling a version of Solar Flare than has been showing up in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I actually said before, I think Sun Titan is not that good. Would you agree, or am I mistaken here?
I think Sun Titan is the card that you want to get to when you're trying to lock out the game, but I'm not sure that it gets you back into games as well as a lot of people think. Yeah. Especially with only a couple of Oblivion Rings and Lilianas, I think those were the primary things that you want to be bringing back
or a Snapcaster,
for power plays.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like Frost Titan might make a return.
Frost Titan's very hard to deal with. It's definitely been around. It's one of those cards that has chops, and it's proven itself as a finisher for a control deck. But I think that Sun Titan is one of those cards that you get stuck on what it can do, not what it does.
Sure.
And so you have those pie in the sky plays in your head about what it's going to be able to do, and then it doesn't always live up to what its potential.
Okay, yeah, I agree. All right, so Eric is with the green-white token deck. His Blade Splicer, Hero, Beast Within, Dismember, Oblivion Ring, Timely Reinforcements, Midnight Haunting, just pretty much everything you would kind of. He has Shrine, of course. Pretty much you kind of what you would expect. And Elspeth is his only Planeswalker.
Yep, Elspeth has proven to finally break out.
Yeah.
And when it first came out in Scars of Mirrodin, definitely looked like it was going to be quite powerful, but didn't quite get there.
All right, so it's a Traveler.
Yep.
By Eric, and AJ just has 2 lands in play. The Traveler is a 1/1 for 1.
Yep.
Yes.
But when it dies, it's going to give Eric a Spirit, which definitely changes things up.
All right, so the Shrine is met by Mana Leak, and AJ takes 1 damage. Who do you think's favorite in this matchup?
In this matchup, I would think that the Township deck is probably a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I would agree.
AJ's likely to be having to get back into the game, and Eric's got a lot of ways to just flood the board and get in for those extra last few points of damage.
Yep. And if AJ ever stumbles on his mana or whatever, it's really bad for him.
Yep. AJ wants to get to that late game, and the Township deck is definitely capable of getting out ahead and denying AJ the ability to even get to those late powerful plays.
So right now, AJ could have played a Liliana, but instead he just passed the turn because he has Mana Leak and Dissipate in his hand. And I agree with this play. Liliana doesn't really do too much right there if he actually played it,
Yep, it pretty much dies to the Traveler.
Yeah.
And so that's an intangible virtue. That's going to pump all of Eric's tokens.
Yeah, and give him Vigilance. Yeah. Less relevant to Vigilance in this type of matchup, but...
Yep, that's definitely... I think that a lot of the Township mirrors are going to come down to basically intangible virtue superiority.
Okay.
If you can get that down, pumps all of your tokens bigger, and the Vigilance is really big when you're sitting on a race type of matchup. Yeah. This isn't going to be a race type of matchup, but you've got AJ just kind of passing back.
He actually got lucky. I think he actually ripped that land. I think he would have been stuck on 3 lands.
Ooh, that would be a tough place to be for AJ. But with the... this is probably going to be counter.
Yeah. I think
you got to think Hero Blade Hold is not
dissipated. I think he should dissipate because the next turn, if he wants, he could play Liliana and have Mana Leak open.
Provided he can get that 5th land.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
So he's going to Mana Leak instead.
He's going to use the Mana Leak there.
Okay.
And that's an interesting play because I would think that he would want to use that Dissipate because it is the hevier casting cost card. Yeah. To give himself a little bit more flexibility.
Okay,
not drawing the land means that not drawing the land means that he's going to still have that Dissipate up.
Sure, yeah.
Passes back. There's that Township.
Yeah, which is really key. And Eric's going to play another hero, but this one's going to get dissipated.
Hero is such a powerful card, and it's found a great home here in the Township Tokens deck.
All right, so it's AJ's turn. So AJ has does he have 2 Lilianas in his hand? I think he does.
Looks like he's flipping through them. He's also got a Sun Titan
A
there.
Day of Judgment and is it a Worm Coil? Possibly.
It looks like it. It's a Foil Shards card.
Yeah, so it's Worm Coil, Day of Judgment, 2 Lilianas, and
the Sun Titan.
And the Sun Titan, of course.
Yeah, and the Sun Titan's not where you want it to be. Neither's the Worm Coil. You want those in the bin, and you want the Forbidden Alchemy that's going to be able to throw that Unburial Rites in with it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with a deck like Solar Flare, is that you have to hit your land drops. Whereas, some other decks you can actually miss land drops and be okay.
Yep.
But Solar Flare is like so top heavy most of the time.
Now, Liliana is going to come down, and this is a good way for AJ to actually put one of those cards into the bin if he so chooses.
Yeah. So Liliana's going up to 3.
Starts at 3, and it's going to go. Where's it going? Now he actually improves Eric's creatures if he makes him sacrifice them.
Yeah.
It's a very strange position to be in.
Yeah. So it's going up to 4. No, wait.
Nope, takes it down to
really?
1.
Wow, this is weird. So the Spirit's just going to finish off Liliana.
Seems likely.
If he wants. I mean, AJ does have a second Liliana in his hand. I wonder if Eric could figure this out by the way that AJ played.
Yep. Now the question is really, does he need to take out Liliana?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
All it can do is tick up next turn.
Yeah.
And so if...
I mean, although AJ does have the Day in his hand, he doesn't have double white.
Yeah.
To actually cast it. Yep. So this probably comes down to like how well Eric knows the matchup. All right, so now it's...
Another intangible virtue.
Yeah.
And he does take out the Liliana.
All right.
Now, it's likely that we're going to see the other Liliana come down and actually take that Spirit out.
Definitely. There's a Forbidden Alchemy, but he's definitely going to play Liliana and just kill that Spirit right now. I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be the play. Yeah.
So Liliana comes down, drops the token.
All right, so Eric has nothing. No Midnight Haunting or anything.
Now, if AJ can hit a couple more land drops, I think he's in this game. Eric has not had a very aggressive draw.
I know. Yeah, I guess he's like flooded, kind of. All right, so AJ draws his 5th land right now.
Yep. It's a Dark Slick Shore that's not going to come in untapped, but that 5th land isn't really what he's concerned about.
Yeah.
It's the 6th one that's going to matter.
Yeah, I think AJ's going to go Dark Slick Shores, pass a turn, Forbidden Alchemy, find a land, and then he's able to drop a Sun Titan and just take control of the game.
Yep. Now the question is he going to tick Liliana up, dropping something?
Yeah, I mean, Eric only has 1 card in his hand, so I feel like he should see what his 1 card is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clear it.
I feel like he should just do that first before anything. Like he should just do it right now. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, tick up. I mean, there's no reason. Eric in the Township Tokens deck rarely has reactive cards.
Yeah.
But you still you take away the resource early. The only thing is, if he's going to Forbidden Alchemy, the question is whether if he hits an Unburial Rites, does that change what he would discard?
Oh, no. I mean, because he could just cast a Sun Titan. I mean, that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because he could just hardcast whatever he wants to hardcast. He could hardcast Worm Coil. He could hardcast Sun Titan.
So what would be your discard to Liliana? Because both players have got a drop.
I would probably discard like a Day of Judgment or something right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, his hand's Day of Judgment, land, Forbidden Alchemy, and two big guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could discard Worm Coil. That's fine too. I mean, it's not like Eric has answers to anything. All he has is 1 Beast Within.
Do you feel
Dismember doesn't do anything? So.
Yep. And so it looks like we are in the middle of a judge call here. That's Brian Schenk, the head judge that AJ's talking to. We're going to see if we can't get some information on what's going on.
Yeah. Somebody tweeted in if Joey's drafting again. Yeah, Joey decided to do an 8-man.
Yeah.
But his deck's pretty bad, so he'll probably lose round 1.
Yeah, we're expecting him back next round. So whether or not he loses, he'll be back in the booth. And I think we're going to have Joey coming in. Gerard's going to be taking a break next round.
Yeah, I'll probably go to Chipotle.
And we'll have Nicholas Saban in with Joey Pasco for next round.
That'll be good. All right, so I'm not sure what's going on.
We're gonna.
I think what it is, AJ's saying that it's just too cold in here, and he has to wear the Star City T-shirt, and there's no Star City hoodie yet, so he's very upset with that.
Well, there's a Star City Games judge hoodie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. And I think he's trying to say that he actually is a level 1 judge, and he judges at his Friday Night Magic every once in a while. And what do you think Brian is saying to this?
I don't know. Brian seems unamused.
But he's definitely willing to listen.
Yeah.
He's an open-minded guy.
Brian's he's one of the great judges. He's really involved in Judge Center.
Okay.
And so if you're even if you're just a player who's interested in the rules, if you log into Judge Center, you use exactly the same information that you do to look up your Planeswalker points. You can go on and you can create practice tests and just test your rules knowledge. It asks you about different interactions. You can go on, take those tests. It doesn't lock you into doing anything with the Judge program if you don't want to. But if you're interested in the Judge program, it's a great window to kind of figure out kind of where you are.
Yeah.
But also as a player, one of the things that I've been that I'm very positive on is the more that you know about the rules of the game, the better you're going to be able to play. You've got to know what to do, and you've got to know how the rules work in order to play correctly.
You know what I kind of feel? Maybe that the other judge, the lady judge, tried to give a slow play warning, and AJ's upset about that.
It seems like it might be a possibility. As soon as we have information, we'll definitely be passing that along to you.
Yeah.
But yes, this looks like an appeal situation, and that's why.
Yeah. And okay. AJ's upset.
So we're going to pass this along. Looks like we're going to be moving along. So.
Yeah. And AJ says, yeah, and you got to... I don't know. But AJ's definitely pleading his case. All right, okay. So back to the game at hand.
Yep. So we're likely going to see a Forbidden Alchemy here. The question is whether or not he's going to be ticking up the Liliana before or after. And it looks like he's reaching for lands, so he'll be...
Your draft is waiting for you. Aubrey and Dave Ando, please come to the front.
I mean, I think AJ should just see what Eric discards. And make why wouldn't you make Liliana go to 2? That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. I think he's going to look for the Unburial Rights.
All right, yeah, that's fine. So Sun Titan, Snapcaster, Day,
and Forbidden Alchemy again.
All right, so I would keep a Snapcaster Mage.
I think, you keep the Snap. I don't know. He doesn't have enough to flash back that Forbidden Alchemy, so if he wants to dig more, he may want to grab that other Forbidden Alchemy. He's going to be able to drop the Dark Slick and go to 5, and he's got the two big guys in his hand that he's able to drop.
Why would he keep Day of Judgment?
I don't know, especially with a Day already in hand.
Yeah.
That's kind of a surprising pick.
I don't know. I kind of like Snap. Yeah, he's going with Snap. No, go with Snapcaster Mage, AJ. Because Snapcaster Mage allows him to flash back to Forbidden Alchemy if he wanted to for 5 mana. Play Snapcaster, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, he went with Forbidden Alchemy. So now he'll play Darkslick Shore.
Yep. Darkslick will come in tapped.
Yeah.
And then the question is whether he takes up Liliana here. I think you should.
Yeah, I would as well. And I would discard. Day of Judgment. Either Day of Judgment or like Sun Titan or something. No. Of course you discard Day of Judgment because you keep Sun Titan, and then you could Sun Titan back a Snapcaster and then
flashback the Day of Judgment.
Yeah, if you needed to, if you were running bad.
Well, I mean, you'd need to have 10 mana available.
No, the next turn when you don't return the Snapcaster.
When you attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
It gives you.
Yeah. But regardless.
So there was a Plains that hit the bin for Eric, and then a third Intangible Virtue comes down to protect it because he's going to play empty-handed probably for most of the rest of this game in order to keep Liliana from being effective.
Yeah. All right. So Forbidden Alchemy right now. I think
that was an Oblivion Ring that came off the top.
What land is in play for AJ? Is that a Ghost Quarter?
Yes.
Why would he leave the Ghost Quarter?
untapped rather than, I don't know. I usually try and see if I can't keep up the most options for mana.
Yeah, same.
But
I don't think Ghost Court, like, it's not like he has like a Nexus in play or something, you know? So Eric has like one turn to draw something good.
Your two-headed giant partner would really like that.
so another Doom Traveler. I'm not sure that's going to do it.
Yeah, it looks really bad for Eric. It looks like AJ is going to take game one.
Please come up to the end of the stage.
Now, do you play the Sun Titan here, or do you play the Wormcoil?
I would play either is fine, I guess. I mean, Wormcoil just gains them like more life and is, I guess, slightly safer.
The Gadbury Township puts a counter on the Doom Traveler, who is quite doomed.
All right, AJ takes his turn. He draws another land. All right, yeah, I mean, AJ could just do whatever he wants, really. I would swing him with Wormcoil, that's for sure.
Yep.
And see what Eric does. Like if Eric decides to chump to get a token out of it. But yeah, that's definitely my first play of the game.
But at that point, the question is, if you're going to block here, you're going to get the token out, and then he can just use Liliana to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. And then AJ can play Sun Titan and get back his Liliana.
Yeah, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I still kind of feel like Eric's probably favored in this matchup.
He's got to get out to the start, though.
Yeah, I guess game
and that
one he's
looks
got
like
a lot
another Wormcoil engine.
Ooh. Second Wormcoil, okay.
Because that Wormcoil got through, taking Eric down to 14.
AJ's back to 22. I don't know.
Plays a land and passes. It looks like he is in tough shape here. Tough
you know
shape.
if these guys are 3-1 or 4-0?
I don't have that information right now.
All right.
So Oblivion Ring for and that's just it.
All right. So Eric quickly scoops. Eric's gonna go to his board. He's gonna bring in Oblivion Ring, a third Oblivion Ring. He's gonna bring in a Garrick for sure. I think he should be main decking these Garricks as well. Garrick is just so good, and Garrick makes tokens. So why would you not want Garrick in the deck?
I definitely have seen Garrick played main deck in these token decks and been very effective.
Yeah.
Now.
He's going to bring in the Purify the Grave.
Yep, I was going to say.
It's for those you don't know, it's 1 mana, kind of removes any card from the graveyard.
Yep, remove target card from a graveyard, and it has flashback for 1 mana as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that great though.
Well, I don't think he knows that AJ's only running 1 on Burial.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of Solar Flare decks do have a lot more kind of focus on the graveyard.
They do, and the way it started, they had Merfolk Looter as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So actually, maybe it's not even that good. It's probably just going to be a dead card, to be honest, because if it gets to that point of the game, AJ could just kind of be casting his Sun Titans or his Wormcoil.
The question is whether or not Eric's going to try and go aggressively against what AJ's trying to do, or I think the correct strategy is just to go aggressive.
Yeah. So so he should not bring in the Purify the Grave. So he should bring in the extra shrine.
Yep.
He should bring in
the Beast Within should definitely come in because the creatures that AJ does have are way better than that 3/3 beast.
Exactly. And plus you could always like Beast Within his own 1/1 guy.
Yep.
And get a 3/3 and a new 1/1. Yeah. Yep. All right. So that's 3 cards. He's gonna bring in the Garrick. That's 4 cards. The extra Oblivion Ring. That's 5 cards. And he's probably going to bring in the Naturalizes. No. Because he knows AJ has Oblivion Ring.
He saw Oblivion Ring, but what else did he see that was, I guess they can hit the Wormcoils as well.
Yeah.
But that's just not as good a
plan. Yeah, you're right. All right. So
I don't like that plan at all.
So 1 Garrick, 1 Oblivion Ring, 2 Beasts Within, 1 Shrine. So 5 cards.
That's what we'd like to see. And then probably coming out, you've got to think Dismember comes out. Dismember just doesn't kill anything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's not even a question right there.
And then you also would expect to be ahead here, so I'm not sure Timely Reinforcements is a card that you want to have in the deck.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty easy. It's those 5 cards. But what do you think about the Day Judgments? Like, that's pretty bad too, right? Because it looks like Eric's kind of playing like this beatdown deck where he's got this aggro control type strategy with Day Judgment. Because Day Judgment isn't that great versus AJ.
Yeah, he doesn't commit much to the board that Day takes out. So it may even be a situation where the Timely Reinforcements stay in just in case, and the Days are the ones that come out.
I think he could do better in the sideboard somehow. Maybe like, I don't know. I feel like the natural eyes just might not be that bad.
It might be all right, but from what he saw, I don't think that there's a ton of stuff to hit.
Yeah, because timely reinforcement just sucks versus AJ.
Yeah.
This is really bad, I believe. I don't know.
If you're in a place where it's good, you're already losing that game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's not bringing you back in.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
So for AJ, I think on the complete other side, timely reinforcements is amazing and has to come in.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got another Day of Judgment that he could run. He's got an Elish Norn Grand Cenobite that I think just completely shuts off Eric's deck. If he can get to that point and get that onto the board, Eric has got to have a couple of intangible virtues on the board in order to even play anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, Eric should be on the play of this game.
Well, he's got to get a more aggressive draw than he got last time, because he got a whole lot of land, some intangible virtues, and 2 Doom Travelers, and that was it. There was no other gas.
What does he even have for like aggressive play? He's got 4 1-drops, right?
Yep.
He has no 2-drops besides the
shrines should be coming down on turn 2.
Well, no creature 2-drops.
Yeah. Nope. It's likely that you see a Doom Traveler followed by either a shrine or an intangible virtue.
Yeah.
And then it's just that does seem to be a pretty big hole for this deck.
Yeah. I feel like any of like the new flip cards would maybe fit in here, or something as a 2-drop would be good, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's possibly a Cloistered Youth.
Yeah, just yeah. All right, so it looks like he's got a couple of lands. He's got a Garrick.
Yep.
I don't see a green source in his hand, but I could be wrong.
I was gonna say with that triple green, that may be a hard.
No, it's just the 1 green one. It's the 4 mana Garrick.
Oh, does he have Wild Speed? No, he has Garrick Relentless. It's 2 green.
Oh, he misregistered then. No, this is the. No, this is a Garrick Relentless. This is a 3 green.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking it was.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a green source as a Sea-Chrome Coast comes down, followed by a Doomed Traveler.
Yeah.
We've seen a little bit of that. So there's an Isolated Chapel from AJ coming in tapped, and let's see whether or not Eric can start to get out ahead. Here's a Doomed Traveler, and does he have anything to do on turn 2? No, just what we were afraid of. Not much action happening on turn 2. And now AJ has Mana Leak mana up, although I haven't seen one in his... Oh, looks like he does have one in his hand. So there's an intangible virtue, and AJ's got to decide whether or not he's going to be...
I feel like that card's like so bad.
I've seen that card be just a one-sided crusade that it wins races. I don't think it's very good in this matchup.
Yeah, because versus like decks that have a lot of removal and stuff, you want to have more threats and not cards that just help your threats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But I think it's very important to the mirror.
Okay, cool. All right, so Eric hits his 4th land drop now, and he's gonna tap out maybe for like a hero or a Garrick.
Garrick.
Yeah, which is gonna be met with a Mana Leak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. This green-white deck, I'm having second thoughts about.
No, I don't know if this is the build that we want to see. I think those Garricks I think having a couple of Garrick's main deck is definitely the correct play. He makes tokens. He is able to deal with problems, which it looks like Eric's deck is very, very challenged to do.
Yeah.
So AJ is having no problem finding his lands this game. He's going to play a Liliana here. And so the question is this just another throwaway against the Doomed Traveler? Because okay, so he makes discards. Yeah. All right. And so here's the 4th land drop.
So Liliana goes to 4 loyalty counters.
I'm wondering what he's concerned about, because he's been keeping that Ghost Quarter up a lot.
Yeah, I'm not too sure as well. It looks like AJ's kind of flooded though.
Yep, AJ definitely is not having a problem with land. Here's a Hero of Bladehold, and that is going to stick.
What's his hand? AJ's hand? Is this just 4 lands?
Swamp, Isolated Chapel. I think he also has a Glacial Fortress, and I'm not sure what that 4th card is. So Eric may get away with one here.
Yeah,
AJ is just going to keep playing lands. I think probably aggressively use that Liliana to just dump Eric's hand and see if he can't try and get up to
Like,
6 and then
Or find a
Hit
day
one of
judgment
his-
or
yeah.
something, maybe.
find a way out.
Yeah. I think maybe he should. Maybe he should just make Eric sacrifice a creature, so he sacrifices that 1/1. So then the token's in play. So if he does draw a Day of Judgment, he just wipes out the board, and he doesn't have to worry about a token sticking around. You know?
Maybe, but I remember that it turns a 1/1 into a 2/2.
Yeah, but it's only going to be 1 extra damage just 1 turn, because AJ's going to have he has to figure out a way how to win this game.
But if he draws the day right now, all he has to do is day, and then he
Uses Liliana to.
Liliana's going to be dead because he's going to. You know what I'm saying? Because the other
That's
guy's going to
possible.
attack with.
But that's what you want. You want to see Liliana getting attacked rather than you. Right now, Liliana's life gain buys him some time.
It only gains him 3 life, realistically, or whatever it gains. You know what I'm saying? Because
So he should tick up to 4, which is
no,
or
he's
he
going to
ticks
1.
down.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yep.
I agree with AJ's play. And now AJ's just pretty much drawing to a day.
He's on
judgment.
his
Yeah.
He's looking for an out.
So if I was Eric, I would not commit any more to the board. I would. I mean, if he has a land, he could use the. Well, I don't know
Looks
what.
like we're committing another hero to the board.
No, it doesn't really make sense. All right, so I would send one of the tokens at Liliana.
Yeah, and that token actually doesn't tap to attack, but
Yeah,
not all that relevant right now. So we've got a couple of soldiers coming in.
I mean, yeah, they don't tap to attack either, but.
Well, I believe they're
Actually put into play.
Oh,
tap
they
and
are. Yeah,
attacking.
right. Yeah.
And
That's
so,
definitely true.
yeah, there you go. He's got that straightened out. So Slugs2 on Twitter suggests possibly Mayor of Averbrook could be a nice 2-drop in Token Township.
Yeah, I could see it being pretty good too.
And
Because once it flips over,
AJ
it's pretty
drops
good.
a whole bunch of land on the table and says, let's go to game 3.
Yeah. What was AJ's draw that turn? Did we see?
Land.
Land? Okay. All right, so AJ picks up a second game loss here. So they're going to game 3, and
Yep.
AJ will be on the play.
So we've got 1-1 right now, going to game 3 with AJ Sacher playing Solar Flare on your right, Eric Gadbury with Township tokens on your left. And we're coming to you from the Baltimore StarCityGames.com Open Series. I'm Jared Silva here with Gerard Fabiano.
Yep.
And we're here in round number 5. Moving right along today.
Yeah, for sure. This is good. All right, there's a nice shot of AJ. AJ's growing out his hair again. He had a nice haircut for a while, but I honestly like his hair kind of long. What do you think?
I think it was a little bit shaggy before, but right now it's at a decent length.
It's a good length, right?
Yeah,
Because honestly, before it might have been too. It was really short, and he dyed it like blonde.
Yeah,
or
it was,
green or something.
It was an exciting color.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that I'm all for that.
Yeah, and AJTV's rated PG-13, so
Oh.
he's got to keep up his good looks for the show. So it looks like Eric might be swapping out a few cards.
Now, do you think that any of these choices change depending on whether you're playing first or drawing first?
I mean, Eric doesn't really have too much to bring in or anything. I still think maybe the naturalizer should be in, just for. I mean, I guess he didn't really see Oblivion Rings or anything.
He didn't see anything that game.
Yeah.
He saw a Liliana and a Monolith and a whole ton of land.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, personally, I would not be playing Eric's deck. Maybe I would play a deck like AJ's deck, but honestly, I would play like blue-white or blue-black, something along those lines. Just a 2-color deck.
A little more controlling, a little more consistent.
Yeah, not even more controlling, because I kind of like Sean McCowan's deck, where it was like aggro control.
Okay.
He played Blade Splicers. The one thing I didn't like about Sean McCowan's deck was that main deck he had 0 Oblivion Rings, and instead he was playing Ratchet Bombs, which I
Okay.
think Ratchet Bomb is not a good card. I think the only deck Ratchet Bomb could be good in is a deck like Shaheen Sharuni's deck, where it's Tezzeret, because you want more artifacts.
Yeah. Well, the Ratchet Bomb can be a very strong card against the Township deck that has been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I don't think that there's many matchups where you're excited to see Ratchet Bomb.
Yeah, you're really not. It's just Ratchet Bomb's slow. You draw it mid-game, it's slow. It doesn't do anything. It's
Unless
yeah.
it's blowing up tokens.
And it's 2 and Wrath their board, then it's pretty good.
Yeah. But I mean, there's not many cards that sure there's some equipment you want to kill, but other than that, you could just Day of Judgment away those creatures that you want to kill anyway for 4 mana, and you could always do a Day of Judgment. So whatever, we'll see what happens game 3. It's AJ versus Eric. I think Alex Bertuccini's #1 player of the year for Star City Games Open right now.
Right now, it's a pretty close race,
Who is
actually,
it?
between
You know?
Alex, Edgar Flores, and Jerry. AJ's hanging kind of near in the background. If he was able to pull off a couple of wins over these last 4 or 5 events,
Yeah.
or he could definitely put himself at least into play so that depending on how he did in the Invitational, he might be in that discussion.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Invitational. I'm going to play in it. So, I didn't play too many Star City events this year. All right, cool.
All right, and Lauren Lee is tweeting that we've got some new written coverage up there, so make sure that you're hitting that refresh button.
Cool. Thanks, Lauren Lee. If you were here, I would give you like a high five. But she's not here, right?
No, she's back at the office. She's the one doing all of the posting. So
okay.
if you're reading anything on the site today, thank Lauren Lee.
Cool. So did Eric Mulligan, the camera shot showed...
Looks like we just put down. Yep.
Yeah, all right.
Looks like Eric's going down to 6.
Yeah.
We've had some hands that have not turned out very well. So
I mean, his deck's like all cockeyed, it looks like, It has no mana acceleration. It has like no 2-drop. It only has one 1-drop. Like, one type of 1-drop. It's just a weird deck to me.
Now he is running 24 land, so that's not a small number, but it's not high either.
And he has like no Ponder or no Think Twice or anything. He has nothing to sculpt his draw.
There's no dig.
Yeah.
But it has been doing pretty well. He's looking at that second one, and he doesn't look all that happy with it.
I think this is the type of deck that will not be seen like a week or 2 from now, just because early in the new Type 2 format, nobody really knows what's going on.
And it's just aggressive and can take advantage of decks that aren't very well tuned.
I mean, it's not even that aggressive, but yeah. But I feel as time goes on, this deck's going to get weeded out, and it's a green-white deck. Like, what are you doing with a green-white, Like, it just doesn't... It's like when you can play a card like Snapcaster Mage and, Gideon and just like a blue-white control deck, it just seems better than a green... I don't know. That's just my opinion. So...
Surprise newsflash, guys. Gerard likes blue.
Yeah.
So, Eric is going down to 5. Looks like those 6 cards were not good enough for him to be keeping those on the draw. We've got to see whether AJ can make his land drops, because that was his bane in Game 1 until a little bit late. Eric, on the other hand, flooded out in Game 1, and AJ was able to recover and get back in and take Game 1. In Game 2, it was AJ's turn to see nothing but land. And it looks like those 5 cards are good enough. So AJ leads off with an island. Let's see whether Eric can Doom Traveler. Doesn't seem to have one. A Plains from AJ, and then a Doom Traveler from Eric on day 2. Think Twice from AJ in response.
Yeah, I can like almost never see AJ losing this game. I don't even know what's in his hand, but I just see all blue cards and lands, and a Doomblade.
Yep. And there's an Isolated Chapel comes down. AJ drops a 19 from that Doom Traveler, and Eric misses his land.
It's honestly not to hate on this deck, but it's honestly like Eric's playing a draft deck. That's what it kind of looks like, correct? Like he's playing a Doom Traveler. I don't know.
After AJ flashes back Think Twice, brings it back over to his turn, it looks like he should be able to make his land drops, get up to the point where he is just flat out in control of this game. There's a Worm Coil, a Liliana. He seems to have all the tools, including a couple extra lands, which gets him to that magical 6 number. He's already got his double white that allows him to play Sun Titan or Worm Coil. Doom Traveler gets in again for Eric, but it looks like he is already falling behind.
Yeah, I think AJ's going to end the turn, just play a Forbidden Alchemy.
3 plays a Blade Slicer, and it's time for AJ to decide, does he have any counter magic? I'm not seeing it right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So it looks like he's going to Forbidden Alchemy.
Let's see what It looks like he's probably going to want to get a land.
Is that a
No, it's Dismember, Oblivion Ring, land, and a Snapcaster. I think he's just going to get a land. Just so he hits his land drops. That's just my opinion.
So go for the throw to get a Doomblade earlier. AJ's got a pretty good hand. It may just be take a land, and which it is. It's take a land, put an Oblivion Ring, a Snapcaster, and a Dismember in the bin. Because making his land drops is going to be the most important piece here. There's a Dissipate, which is going to give him a little more control of this game. Question is,
he has a Doomblade as well, so he's going to Doomblade the token and then leave up on 3 mana for a Dissipate, just in case Eric tries to play something.
Yep.
And then hopefully AJ
looks like
hits a
Eric's
6
going to
land.
miss again on his land drop. The token goes away. AJ's taking another 2, but he's still at a very stable 16 life. End of turn, he's got another Forbidden Alchemy, and he's just digging through his deck. This is what the deck is supposed to do. Liliana, Sun Titan, land, and I think he probably just takes the land there.
Yeah, he just takes land.
Ooh.
No, he's going to go with Sun Titan.
No, that's...
Yeah, he went with Sun Titan, it looked like.
Were there 2 Sun Titans?
I think there were 2 Sun Titans. I probably just would have went with land. That's just me.
So he's got a Snapcaster, a Mana Leak. Looks like he's playing a Think Twice. He did keep that Sun Titan. And looks like he got a little greedy.
He's going to think twice on his main phase, hopefully draw land, which he does.
But now he's not able to play a 6-drop. If he'd kept that other land, he would have been able to drop that Worm Coil engine.
Yeah. Maybe AJ's worried that Eric's just sitting on Oblivion Ring.
End of the turn, Midnight Haunting.
I think AJ's
Looking
probably
for
going to
2 tokens.
Yeah, I think AJ will probably Mana Leak this.
For starting at 5, since Eric hasn't played very many lands, he's still got 3 cards in hand.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so he plays a Mana Leak, which seems like the correct play. Eric draws for his turn. All right, so he finally gets access to green mana, and he beats him for 2.
So Varno's asking us whether we take out the intangible virtues and replace those with mayors.
Yeah, I don't like
You think
intangible
that that's-
virtues. Yeah,
Think that the mayors are pretty good.
I mean he would probably have
plan?
to have to change his mana a bit.
Yeah, you got to go a
So-
little bit heavier green if you're
Yeah.
going to do that.
So I personally I'm not a fan of the green white deck in general. We'll see what
So
AJ does.
AJ's
though.
got a whole lot of pieces, whole lot of stuff that he can be doing, and it's time to decide whether you're going to be committing stuff to the board here. Looks like Worm Coil is going to be the decision.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Worm Coil comes down, and you got to think that Eric's just in pretty tough shape if he doesn't have an Oblivion Ring.
Yeah, I feel like he does have an Oblivion Ring, but maybe not.
Hey, you got to think that's a pretty quick play right there if you've got an Oblivion Ring.
Yeah,
That Worm Coil is quite menacing.
all right. I guess he.
Doom Traveler using his only. Oh no, there's a Razor.
Yeah, he's got the green white duel.
And he passes
All right.
back over. Can't have added an Oblivion Ring. I mean, that's just a clear play right there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is like a dream matchup for AJ. So he beats him with Worm Coil, and then he's gonna drop Sun Titan.
And so this is one of those times when
Oh, Dismember. Paying 4 life.
now that's going to actually do a couple of things. That's going to limit the amount that AJ would gain from this, because even just the lifelink is going to put this game out of reach for Eric very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Eric has a Day Adjustment in his hand. So I think his play is to try to kill the Worm Coil and then day away the tokens.
Of course,
I mean,
AJ's got a couple of...
if that's his play, then his block should have been with Blade Splicer. If that's actually his play. And I think I do see a Day of Judgment in Eric's hand, so it kind of doesn't make sense.
Huh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
AJ pretty much has his pick of ways to deal with this.
Yep. So he ends up casting a Dissipate on the Dismember.
Now, in that case, would you have go for the throated Doom Traveler instead? Just let the Dismember resolve.
That's not an
and who
option.
cares? Now, in this case, you do gain the 6 life.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think the life is that relevant at this point of the game.
So,
The go for the throw play would have been better because now, for example, Eric could maybe play a Elspeth, which I think he has in his hand. Yeah, I think the go for the throw just would have been a better play.
because that would have saved the Dissipate, which would have allowed you a little more control in the situation.
Exactly. Here comes
There's
Elspeth,
Elspeth.
which AJ doesn't even have an answer to on his turn because he's going to be able to make tokens or gain some life. AJ does have an Oblivion Ring.
Yeah. And that may prolong this game a little bit.
Yeah. I don't understand that Dissipate play. And I don't understand Eric's block either there. With not blocking with Blade Splicer.
Well, it's one of those things where he's probably focused on the Dismember rather than on the creature that was blocking it. But yeah, there's every piece of a play does matter.
It really does, yeah. A lot of people miss a lot of things, and it's just really, really important not to.
So he's going to leave back his Doom Traveler, and he gets in for 2. He's just trying to keep chipping a little bit. And AJ flashes back, I think, twice there.
I mean, if his play is to kill the Worm Coil, shouldn't he just leave everything back? I mean,
And
it doesn't matter
just
now,
be
but
game. Good
but I mean,
night, everybody.
he did have 6 1/1s in play, so you could actually put all 6 in front of the Worm Coil to actually kill the Worm Coil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. After he put those,
Like him attacking for 2 damage doesn't matter when AJ's gaining 6 life a turn.
Yeah, and that's as we talked about during our sideboard discussion. If that Elish Norn ever comes down, that's pretty much game.
Yeah, I mean the game's over, but I feel that different plays could have been made. All right, so he gets 2 tokens
Day
here.
of Judgment. Yep.
This is maybe a Yo MTG taps.
Yep.
No,
AJ apparently has.
Tim A10 Pro Player card.
There you go.
I think Tim A10's total winnings on that Pro Player card was upwards of $9,000. So.
Not my my well-known.
But I'm a big fan of Tim.
All right, and so it looks like we've got 3 more tokens. Yep.
Yeah. Somebody tweeting in, maybe I don't know. Keep tweeting in, and we like to read your thoughts.
Yep.
So, I mean, AJ could just do anything here and win the game. So. All right, so after this game, we might have Alex
Now-
Bertuccini back with Ken Adams.
Now the key here is AJ's got to finish this round. I mean, time is winding down, and you got to finish this game here.
Yeah, and plus, if he did get a slow play warning, I would just drop a Sun Titan and
You're so far ahead.
Yeah.
You got to get there.
yeah, I wouldn't want to worry about getting another slow play warning or anything like
I
that.
think what he's worried about right now is
Is what?
a Day of Judgment.
Who?
AJ.
AJ? I mean,
And because he was fingering that Sun Titan as if he was going to play it, but he doesn't have much backup to it in his hand right now. And so he's going to try and finish this just with the tokens.
okay. I mean, it seems reasonable, I guess.
Because he doesn't have any control right now. He doesn't have any counter magic. The Hero of Bladehold comes down.
Yeah, he's just gonna
Or
go for the
did
throw.
he just hit the...
I mean, yeah, he has a go for the throw.
Yeah. He's got ways to kill creatures, but
mean,
spells
he-
like Day put him in a tough
No,
shape.
but I mean, he has like double Forbidden Alchemy in his graveyard.
Yep. Which he should be flashing back right.
Well, I think he's just gonna go end of the turn, go for the throat.
Yep.
Play Snapcaster Mage, flash back the Forbidden Alchemy for 3. I think that's
Or
the route.
flashback to go for the throat, take out the other soldier and just get in.
Yeah, that's fine too. Either way, once the Snapcaster comes down, it's 8 points of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that should end it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go Forbidden Alchemy because he doesn't have the multiple black this turn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Or Dismember, that's fine too. Yeah. So either way, it's game over.
Yep.
And it looks like AJ's going to be 4-1. I honestly can't really see that green-white deck have been undefeated, so I'm just going to assume they were both X and 1. All right, and that's
All right,
game.
so AJ picks up a 2-1 victory with Solar Flare over Eric Gadbury with Township tokens.
I think that was the boringest match we had all day.
Well, I'm glad I could be here for it.
So